Hi guys, thanks for joining us. In this video, I'm going to show you a couple of ways of changing the BACnet device ID, or otherwise known BACnet as BACnet device instance of our controller SCC 520. So let's start. First way that I'm going to show you is basically you fire up the BACnet integrator software here. As you can see, I've defined a random project. I just call it T3, and then I'm going to add some SCC 520s into this database. So to do that, I'm just going to hit the Discover button, and I'm going to filter based on Circon. So in my local network, I have 3 SCC 520s, as you can see here, and let's add this one to the database. So I'm going to click on Add. It gives you a chance to rename it if you want, but I'm just going to keep that name. I'm going to click on OK. So now you can see it's added it to the database pane basically. Now, as soon as it goes there, it's in the database. So the first way that you can change the device ID is right-click on the SCC 520, go into the properties, and I can change the device ID here. I can type it in, or I can use the decrement button. Let's increment it by 1, make it 883946, and then as soon as I hit the save button here, it will pop up a message to me that do I really want to save these changes to the device, and I'm just going to say yes. Okay, so very quick way to change the device ID there. So I'm going to close this tab, and you can see now in the device ID that's changed now. Okay, so that was the first way. The second way is to actually log on to the SCC 520 using your normal browser, because SCC 520s have a simplified web server on board, so you can actually log on to the unit and change some of the basic settings in there. So let's remember this IP address 192.168.22245. Okay, so I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to launch. Let me start from scratch. I'm going to launch a browser window, and I'm just going to type in that IP address that I just mentioned. Okay, and then I can log into that particular SCC 520 using my credentials. Okay, so as soon as you log in, you get some basic pages. For this video, what I'm particularly after is under the BACnet tab. So if I click on the BACnet tab here, you'll see here I can change the device name, and I can change the device instance or device ID. So let's change it back to 245. Sorry, not 245. Let's change it back to 883945. So I'm just going to put that in. Okay, and I'm going to hit the save button here. And doing it through the browser and the web interface of SCC 520 requires one extra step, and that is to go under the 520 tab here and choose reboot, and then click on the reboot button, and it takes a few seconds for the unit to reboot. So I'm just going to close the browser window. Let's go back into our you can see that the database cannot talk to the unit right now because it's rebooting, and now it's back. But when it's back now, it gives you this message. And the reason is that the database doesn't know that you've changed the device ID. All it knows that the device ID that you originally told it that SCC 520 was at now doesn't match this IP address anymore. Okay, so to fix this is quite easy. What we got to do is basically, I'm just going to run the discovery one more time. Okay, and I'm going to find the same SCC 520 but with a different device ID, and then I'm just going to highlight my existing database node, and I'm just going to click on match. Okay, and you can see right away it fixes that mismatch issue. Okay, so that's one thing you got to keep in mind if you're changing the device ID after you've added your devices to your database using the browser. Okay, if you're doing everything through the database manager and the Circon BACnet integrator software, then you won't see that issue at all. Okay, so hopefully this video is helpful to you guys. please call us, email us, and we'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you.